guys, welcome to another week of WoW Weekly with Myst. I hope everyone's doing good. This week we have a few events going on. For starters, happy Easter, because this is posting on April 1st. And let me know, what is Easter to you guys? Because there's so many days that you say happy Easter. It's like there's Good Friday, which I'm just gonna say, not religious or anything, but I'm still, I still don't understand why they actually call that Good Friday, because, you know, I do know enough to know that it wasn't good for one person. And then we also have the Easter Sunday, and then we have Easter Monday. So let me know what is yours. For me, I have always liked to do Easter on the Easter Sunday. But, you know, everyone's different, and yeah, let me know what day you usually celebrate Easter on, if you celebrate it, of course. So, happy Easter, and let's go over the weekly events. Noblegarden will be running from April 1st to April 8th, so it is going on right now, and I guess I forgot that Noblegarden is like one of the very few events we have in WoW that only runs for a week. Most run for a couple of weeks. So yeah, it is pretty easy, like if you're going after all the achievements, which I can totally bring up on screen here. Overall, these are the major achievements over the years that we've had for Noblegarden, and they're all super easy. As you can see, I did pretty much all of them in 2009, and then 2018, I think that was a new achievement, honestly. Like, yeah, either that or I overlooked it over the years. Guaranteed it wasn't part of, because world events, you can go after what a long strange trip it's been, so guaranteed it wasn't in there because I knocked out Noblegarden in 2009. So yeah, so that is a really easy one if you're going after the what a long strange trip it's been. I know the game's so old now that like most people have it, but I know there's always newcomers coming into the game. But for the most part, you know, after 20 years, most of these achievements, you know, the average player has. But yeah, so great achievement to do. You can actually knock it out. I think I did in a day or two, right? What are the dates on here? Yeah, I did all those on the exact same day, so you can knock it out. Yeah, because we're not counting the 2018 achievement, obviously, but all these 2009, they were exactly the same day. So that just shows how easy the Noblegarden part for that meta is. So definitely that if you need it. Basically just involves collecting eggs. That's kind of what made it so easy. As far as this new achievement, well, the achievement itself will be easy. You know, you just defeat them the first time, but the drop rate will not be. So I'm just going to go over the new stuff. You know, most of us know the old stuff, and, you know, if you don't, you can just look on the vendor. I just want to highlight the new things for this year. So the new things is Swiftplume. Yeah, he's new for this year. He is a duck, so that's what you'll be going after. And he drops two things. One, which will be the reason you'd be farming it, is the Noble Flying Carpet. And then he also drops the Spring Turquoise Transmog. Also new to the event is the Lovely Duckling, which is a new battle pet. And that one's sold by vendors, so that one will be pretty easy to get your hands on. And then there's also a new duck quest line that rewards the Duck Disguiser, which is a toy. I'm not sure if it's in the list yet, because I am recording this the night before, but let's see. Yeah, it's in the list. So Duck Disguiser right there, and that'll be through the quest chain. So that'll be another easy one, and those are the new items for this year. And the drop rate will probably be crap on the mount. I'm just gonna say, you know, it's too early to tell right now. But they all work the same way. And I don't know how you feel about this whole best chance is the first try of the day, but I would rather they get rid of that and we go back to the crappy RNG that we used to have, because that crappy RNG prior to this change was actually better chances, I felt. I'm just gonna say, it kinda sucks that, like, after your one chance per day, you're practically down to, let's just say, almost 0%. After that, it's like pointless to even really farm after that. So I'm just gonna say, like, my RNG and percentage and all that felt a lot better before that change. But there is that. I think there's no way they make the drop easy, and the reason I say that is because this whole event is easy. Like I said, all these achievements were done in one day. So depending on the way they're looking at things, they might look at that aspect and be like, oh, well, this event could use an RNG, right? Yeah, so personally, I think none of the world events should have like huge RNG since they don't last very long. But yeah, so that's Noblegardens. We're also going to have Time Walking Legion this week. The PvP Brawl will be Cooking Impossible. And then on Friday, which is April 5th, we will have March of the Tadpoles. For those that are unaware, March of the Tadpoles is like a little mini event. You don't get anything for it. One day, maybe Blizzard will up how these mini events go and put a reward to it. But with that said, I think it has been proven that people don't do, like, yeah, it's been proven that you need a reward with everything in this game, which is kind of sad, I will say. I like my mounts and my pets, but the mini events have definitely proven that. There are definitely some people that do them just for the hell of it. I am one of those people. But there is a huge amount, I would say as high as 90%, of people that won't touch these events because they get nothing out of it, right? And that's too bad, because, you know, WoW back in the day was a game that you played just for the enjoyment, not entirely the rewards. I guess the rewards mainly were like the raiding rewards, but yeah. And March of the Tadpoles is actually kind of a newer mini event because it was brought in Legion. Also worth noting that on the store there is a sale. It is 17 pets for like 65% off. There is also 2 mounts that are 50% off. Of course, we have a couple of pets here now because of my AFK. But the purple pet in particular here, Fathom, I just thought that I would do a quick reminder to you guys that this is the last week for the Twitch drop. So Fathom, you can watch for free on any Twitch channel, but you're more than welcome to choose mine. And yeah, the last day for this is April 5th, but technically it ends in the morning. So for the average player, let's just say the night of the 4th, but if we're going to be technical, it's the morning of April 5th. And that is Friday. It actually works perfectly for my channel because Friday I don't plan on streaming, I believe. But I will be the days before that, which would be the time frame that you would have remaining. I'm not streaming tonight, but I will be streaming the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, which of course is the 2nd, 3rd, 4th. So, yeah. But yeah, just thought I'd let you know for those that have heard nothing about this and up until this moment. You watch a stream for 4 hours. You can lurk it too, just don't pause it. You can mute it, have it run. But yeah, if you pause it, the drop progression also pauses, so. Okay, so next up is the trading post. Okay, so here's the list of stuff. So, Plunderstorm, they just labeled that as like the theme of the items. So there's a bunch of stuff there. Mounts, pets, and toys. And then armor transmog. And then some weapon transmog. So I was actually kind of impressed in the fact that the only mount I really need off of here is a 500 pointer. Yeah, I may actually have a little banked up currency for May. So yeah, we'll see. So anyway, there's the mounts. This one, the Dreadwake, you know, a lot of people will already have that one. That was a sub promotion. And then we have some spring armor models. And the treasure backpack, which I bought that one when it first came out on the trading post, like last year sometime. And I love it, yeah. And it was funny seeing it in Plunderstorm. Yeah. And then Shark Hat. And then we got some weapon models. So yeah, definitely check those out today. It's kind of a hype day today because it's Noblegarden starts up and the April trading post will be there all on the same day. So great time to kind of do the two together. And then over here, this is Aura, a new battle pet, and that's what you get for completing April's taskbar. Okay, so on to some Plunderstorm updates. Someone actually collected the 1 million plunder. So yeah, that achievement is called Plunderkind, and it took like a week. Yeah, so that is kind of crazy. I'm sure that person is taking a nice long sleep now because you would have to be awake at all times and either unemployed or have the week off of work to accomplish that shit. So yeah. Yeah. Also, another thing, and I noticed this when I was playing some Plunderstorm on stream last week, but they did add a kill count in. Now, from what I've seen, it's kind of pointless. Like, yeah, there's no reason to really track it, but it's there in case you want to know how many kills you did that match. And then another change they also did was they extended the nameplate distance so you could see enemies further away. Okay, so some extra updates that are in-game right now. Treasures of Zarelek Cavern achievement, which is part of the World Awoken. They did actually remove the Seething Cache from this one. If we go into the storm, you will see. Oh, I'm so close. I've been so close for like over a year. I haven't been doing any Dragonflight shit. Yeah, like look at the date on that shit. yeah, I've been close for a while. Yeah, I just haven't gone back. But should be kind of close. Yeah, we're close. Just need these two. I'll work on it. But anyway, we need back in there. Into the Storm. So the change with Into the Storm is that there's actually a reward for it now. So it now rewards the Coral Scale Salamanther. Little pink guy. I'll slap down a picture here. Okay, next up, I have some transmogs to show you guys. Okay, so here is some Recolored Tier 2 sets. So Druid, Hunter, Mage, Paladin, Priest, Rogue, Shaman, Warlock, Warrior. Man. Oh, man. I don't know if it's just me, but, you know, for being recolored and all that, the Warrior, yeah, it looks like it's from 2004. Yeah. It's like they recolor, but they don't update the actual stuff on it. Yeah, but man. Like, compared to, like, Warlock kind of looks a lot better, right? And, yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the Warrior one, just looking at it, it's just, it's rough. Yeah, it is pretty rough. Yeah, look at these comments. Maybe they can be upscaled. Yeah, I totally agree. And I like a few, but I'm actually impressed at how some of these hurt my eyes. Yeah, I am with you on that one. Okay, so for a couple of extra details that do have to do with the next patch, amazingly, this entire video was basically things that are in-game right now. So yeah, a lot of the time it's like kind of half-half or like 20% in-game and then 80% what's coming next. So yeah, kind of impressive. So upcoming things for the next patch. So Jigglesworth is a mount that I got in Shadowlands. So on screen I have the achievement that was required to do it. So this was basically an end of the expansion thing where you had to do the current raids of the expansion but on a faded mode, and they would kind of cycle out. Like 1 week it would be, you know, Castle Nothria, another week whatever, right? And so they would cycle out, and then, you know, if you did it, you got the slime cat. So basically it'll be on the vendor. It's gonna be for a currency that's called Bullion. And yeah, so it'll be 3 of those. You can actually get 2 of that currency by doing the Emissary of War weekly dungeon event. You know, when season 4 shows up. And that one's just to do the 4 dungeons on mythic difficulty. That's the first way we know of so far that you can get those, but that's pretty good right off the bat. You get, you know, 2, so if you're missing this mount, that's 2 out of 3 already. Okay, so I was uploading this WoW Weekly with Myst video to the YouTube channel, and then it dawned on me that I forgot to add the classic WoW section. Yes, my character is still low level. The last time I logged into her was Phase 1. So yeah, I was going ham in Phase 1, and I was playing pretty much every day until she hit that level 70 that you see on her. And then I kind of never went back because, you know, I play so many games now that it's hard to actually focus WoW nowadays. So yeah, I got a little catch up to do because I totally skipped Phase 2. Like, this is my first login since, you know, I would say, I don't know, maybe halfway point of like Phase 1. But yeah, they had a buff, I think, back then. And I didn't even log in for the buff. But speaking of a buff, But speaking of a buff, you do see one on screen right here. If I would mouse over it a little better. But yeah, there is a buff going on right now. Probably will only last till Wednesday night though, because Thursday is the release date. So with that said, let's get started. So we'll just do little bite-sized comments here just so the video isn't too terribly long. So Phase 3 starts up on April 4th, which is Thursday. One of the major features, and this is one that I am quite hyped for because it's the first dungeon I ever really did in WoW, back in vanilla, back in like 2004, and that is the Sunken Temple. So Sunken Temple like holds a special spot in my heart because I remember back then it was like a whole evening event. You basically asked your group if they were in for the long haul, aka they were there to stay for 2 to 3 hours, and that's how long it would take to do that dungeon back then. Yeah, it was rough. It was yeah, it was kind of crazy. So I'm very interested to see that it is a 20-player raid. Keep in mind, this is Season of Discovery. This isn't like classic WoW, so to speak, you know, like yes, it's classic WoW Season of Discovery, but you know, what I really mean here is classic WoW Season of Discovery, in my personal opinion, is kind of like how you felt when you played Wrath for the first time, if you had also played vanilla back in the day, because Wrath was kind of like that middle point as far as like difficulty, how long it took you to do things, blah blah. And Season of Discovery is almost like retail, which is why I consider it kind of like Wrath, because it's not slow like vanilla WoW, but it's not like, you know, full on retail right now where you pretty much have to like go into a high-end group to have a chance to die, more or less. Right? So it's kind of right dab in the middle. You can die, but if you're careful enough, you never will, unless you're grouped, right? So I think the 20-player raid of Sunken Temple will be completed on day 1 because of that. I don't think it's going to be very tough, but I do like the idea of it, and like I said, it's my most memorable dungeon. And when I think back to it, I think back to, you know, the people I played with back then, and like it brings good memories for me. So this raid will have 8 boss encounters, a lot of new items. It's gonna have a revamped versions of original epics. Dragon's Cry is gonna have like a nice little glow to it now, and improved quest rewards. The Sunken Temple raid will actually be available on day 1. It's gonna have a 1-week lockout period. There's gonna be a bunch of runes, and I did kind of clip the rune preview, so here you go. So Druid, Hunter, Mage, Paladin, Priest, Rogue, Shaman, Warlock, and the Warrior. There's also new PvP sets and Blood Moon updates. And just to add a little extra to the Blood Moon update, it will include some new level 50 rewards. It has a new currency, and there's a time limit to use your Bloodstained Commendation, so that players aren't able to hoard them and automatically receive rank 14. There will also be a PvE world event. It's called Nightmare Incursions. This basically allows you to access emerald portals that can be found in Ashenvale, Duskwood, Fairlaws, and the Hinterlands. They contain corrupted enemies that can be slain for experience, and then there's some rep gains towards the new faction that is called the Emerald Wardens. There is some profession updates, so there'll be some new recipes available from quests within the Nightmare Incursions and the Sunken Temple raid. New epic shoulders, engineering bracers, and there's also a reusable alchemy flask. Phase 3 will also include profession specializations. It will have a level 300 profession cap and some new specialization quests. Dual spec will be a thing in Phase 3, so you will be able to purchase that for 50 gold on any character that is at least level 40. World buffs. So the Noblegarden world buff can no longer be gained after level 49. The Black Fathom Deeps world buff cannot be gained after level 39. So quest turn-ins and experience stuff. So in Phase 3, you will not be able to level quickly from repeatable quests. Examples of this can be turning in Marks of Honor, the Waste Wander water pouch, or the Troll Tribal necklaces. And in order to help players level faster, the 50% experience buff from Discover's Delight will be available to all characters from level 40 to 49 as soon as Phase 3 goes live on April 4th. Really? That one's a little, yeah, I'm just reading that. You know, a lot of the time as I'm saying it, I'm hearing it for the first time myself. And yeah, that is cool. I really thought, you know, I just finished saying that buff would probably go away on Wednesday, right? So clearly that is not the case. It will continue all the way, yeah. I see, that is the difference. That is the difference. Yes, right now, the buff is 100%. It's also got 300% to gold. You know, yeah, my quests don't give gold right now. I'm so low level on this character. But that is the buff right now. So basically what they're saying is that buff will stay, but it will go to 50. But that's still really good. Like you would keep your 100% for 1 through 39, and then it would drop to 50 for your 40 to 49. But the reality is you still have a buff the entire way. Every single level that counts, because you know, you don't need the buff once you're 50, right? You're max level for this phase at that point. So yeah, that's really crazy that they're keeping the buffs going, considering they seem to be very concerned about repeatable quests. It's kind of weird that they, you know, they're concerned with that, but they keep a buff going on day one, more or less. But it's there. Might motivate some people to like catch up. You know, I'm gonna be one of those people, because I'm just gonna tell you, like, we're level 17 in this video. This shit releases on Thursday. There's no way in hell I'm gonna be level 40 by Thursday. Like, there is no way. Even if I were to focus it, I just don't think you could pull that off, right? Not in classic WoW Season of Discovery. Yes, it's faster levels than vanilla, but once again, it's not how retail is. Not exactly, anyway. So, yeah. But I am still impressed, and yeah, I definitely will play Phase 3. I just gotta figure out when, you know, I got a few things going on, but you know, we'll see. Maybe we'll have a weekend stream of it. I'll do my best. I'll fully admit, and I show this off a little later on in the video because I'm currently in edit mode right now, so I know that there's a part that comes in after all of this where I show you the stream schedule for the week. And I didn't calculate Classic WoW into the mix, so there may be an extra day here or there. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I got a few events going on this week, so yeah. But that's basically, you know, a quick rundown of what to expect in Phase 3. So yeah. Me personally, Phase 1 I was really hyped for because it was brand new season of discovery, right? New adventures. And it was like the classic plus, right? So there was a lot of hype with that. Phase 2, I didn't really care, which is why I probably didn't make sure I got to 25. Because like with Phase 1, 25 was the max, right? And I just didn't make sure, but I got damn close, you know? And then Phase 2 rolled around, and I had no hype for Phase 2. I thought the Noblegarden stuff seemed cool, but not cool enough for me to, like, sidetrack from all the games I've been playing, because we are no longer a one-game person. I play, like, 4 games in the mix always, all together. Yeah. So once they start all doing events, which lately seems like they all choose to do it at the same time, it gets a little tough for me to keep up. But yeah, so I wasn't too hyped for that. For Phase 3, I am hyped for the Sunken Temple raid. But I don't know. We'll see. I'm kind of guildless, so like I don't know. I don't know if I'd get to that point. Maybe I just watch it. Yeah, it really depends on how much focus I can put into it. But one thing that I do want to for sure do is get to max level, because my hype was for the first one and it's gonna be for the last one, because the last one is where you can be actual max level, right? I've had a hard time kind of being hyped for these phases where you're not even the max level, because in my mind, everything is a waste of time when you're not max level. Yeah. So you know, my real excitement will be for the next phase. But I am still gonna play this one. And yeah, and that's basically our little chit chat on Classic WoW Season of Discovery. Now that doesn't stop our classic talk. This one will be pretty quick as well though, because it's just one thing. But on the topic of Wrath Classic. So last week, the day after I posted my news video, they had started up the Operation Noblegarden and Zalazane's fall event in Wrath Classic. This isn't new, but it is new to the classic WoW people, I guess. But I do remember this back in the day, back in like 2010. Operation Noblegarden is an alliance event, and so you just participate in it. You will get increased dungeon loot, additional heroic tier of Shadowfrost Shard drops in ICC, and a fragment of Valinor drops in Alder. God, I remember those. I remember those 2 farms, but more so the fragment of Valinor. That one took me a hot minute. Yeah. Completing this will get you the Noblegarden Pride, which is a toy, and players 75 plus can get a Noblegarden Drape, which is a cosmetic. You will be able to transmog it in Kata, And then there's also the feat of strength achievement called Operation Noblegarden. And then for the Horde, we have Zalazane's Fall. So, same deal. The only difference here is that the toy will be called Darkspear Pride. And the cosmetic that you'll be able to transmog and Kata will be the Darkspear Shroud. And then the feat of strength achievement is called Zalazane's Fall. And so this is going on. It started up on March 26th, and it will continue all the way to the end of the Cataclysm Classic pre-patch. Just some random Blizzard news. On the shop, they started selling a keycap. So this is what it looks like. There's an Alliance one, and there's also a Horde one. To me, they kind of look like small little treasure chests, but you do put them on your keys on your keyboard. And I guess it looks cool, but I would want so many of them. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, it's not cheap. I'll bring up the price here. Okay, so they are $60 each, and that is $60 US. That's a lot of money for a keycap. And yeah, and I wouldn't just want one on my keyboard. I'd want a bunch of them, and there's no way I am spending that kind of money on some keyboard decoration. But they do exist if you are interested. They do look nice. I just think they're a little on the pricey side. But they are there, and they are expected to ship in May. As for my accomplishments this week, well, let's take a quick peek at Plunderstorm. So the nice part is we don't have to actually log in. Oh, damn, I'm further along than I thought. That's actually really amazing. I don't remember ever getting to 26. I just don't remember that. I thought I was like 22 or something. Yeah, I don't even remember getting to that. But I do remember leaving off on that reward, so yeah, maybe I just wasn't paying attention to the levels. Sometimes I pay attention to the rewards more than the level. But that's the progression. If you watch my streams, literally, there's no increase. This is how we ended the stream. I haven't been in Plunderstorm since, I believe it was Thursday morning that I did the stream, because I remember I had something going on, so I changed the stream from an evening stream to a morning stream. So yeah, so that's cool. There's, I know I forgot to actually mention it in the Plunderstorm, but I'll mention it right now. So yay for people that watch the full video. But there has been an increase in solo mode. So I mainly do duos, because I mainly do this with D, but, if I ever decide to go into solos, it's like a 50% increase. So yeah, you can level pretty fast in solos now. And yeah, so that's the progression on Plunderstorm. Also, this past weekend, I played the new South Park game. It's called South Park Snow Day. Really great game. And I decided as a little Easter gift to you guys that I would upload that all throughout the weekend. So I did. It is fully on the channel now. It has, I believe there's 7 videos in the playlist, with the possibility of more coming up. Basically, there's, I did an intro video where I was just kind of creating the character and then getting into the story, and then there's a chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 videos there. And then afterwards, we unlocked Infernal packs, which is kind of like a challenge mode for replaying levels. So I did a little video on that one. And I'll probably do another one later on, because right now I want to kind of farm some skills in that game, because I want to do hard mode. And so that's kind of my goal in that game right now. And then the first DLC comes out next month. So it gives me time. I don't think it's going to take me too long to farm some, it's called dark matter. And yeah, it's not going to take me too long to farm dark matter. I could probably do that in like a weekend, right? So I might make that a stream thing. Maybe sometime after Noblegarden is done. And yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Of course it was Easter weekend, so I hosted dinner as I tend to. I'm definitely a holiday cook type girl, and I've always hosted the holidays. So I did that, and yeah, that's basically that. As far as what I want to do this week, yes, I do want to do some more Plunderstorm. And maybe with any luck, by the time the next Plunderstorm stream does appear, maybe we'll just be close enough to 40 that we can knock it out. So we'll say maybe we do complete Plunderstorm this week, but because Noblegardens is here, I think I'm going to make that my focus just in case I decide to like drag alts to kill that boss for the mount. And yeah. And it's only for a week, right? So it's not a biggie to sidetrack to an event for a week. Although there's been a lot of events lately. I need a break from the WoW events. Do you guys feel the same way? I love my WoW and all that, but there's so much stuff to do, and I hate when they pile extra shit on the already a bunch of stuff to do. Long story short, the only goal this week is Noblegarden. I want to try to get that mount. We'll go get the pet. Everything else will be easy. Just the mount is kind of RNG. So stream-wise, here is the stream list right now. So we're going to do Noblegarden on Tuesday. We, of course, always have our Wednesday mount farming, so that'll be Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'm going to do some Plunderstorm. With any luck, we'll get the mount this week for Noblegarden, and Plunderstorm will get completed. And then next week, we can start doing meta stuff. Okay, so totally adding this in while I'm editing the video. There is a huge accomplishment that I forgot I actually did this past week, and what reminded me was me actually doing this little stream section here that I've never done before. This is new. But me seeing the mount farming one where you see Torghast on there, well, that used to be islands. This past week, I got the final mount that I've been hunting down for like probably a good year, I would say. And so I am officially done with islands. You shouldn't see them in the stream anymore. They are not a mount farm. They're barely a transmog farm. The pets were done long ago. There's a couple of achievements I still need out there, but as far as a mount farming stream, you won't see islands in there. And honestly, you'll probably never see islands again on stream. It was great for ending off the mount farming stream, but I need so little now, it's not even it's pointless to stream it. Plus it doesn't fit my themed streams that I do. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this week's WoW Weekly with Myst. And leave a comment. Let me know what do you plan on doing this week? What's your number one goal? Not like your top 5, but like your first thing that you must complete this week. Let me know in the comments. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.